Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon, and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently watched Rocketman, starring Taron Egerton. I really had not been introduced to Taron before, but his portrayal of one Reggie Dwight was absolutely stellar in every way, shape, and form. And it's a musical at its core. And personally, I think Bohemian Rhapsody could have done a little bit better had it been presented in that way. But actually, Bohemian Rhapsody was what it was, and it was produced by the same filmmaker, so I like the fact that he made this a musical. But still, I can smell Oscar all over this, and Bohemian Rhapsody was one of my favorite films. But this one on Elton John is terrific, and the music is what you would expect, but it really melds into Elton's life in such a way that it moves very seamlessly from one scene into another, and it's really quite revolutionary and revelatory just to see what kind of life Elton grew up in, or what kind of scenario or background Elton actually had. And it was actually very tragic, but to be honest, I absolutely loved every moment of it. It was just so interesting and so compelling and so moving and inspirational. I found myself being actually encouraged by it, just given the fact that I've had a few setbacks not too long ago. It wasn't anything major. It's just something that I wish I could have avoided. Had I listened to my friend's premonition, I wouldn't be dealing with this right now. But not all is lost. It's just a mere speed bump in the road of life. I really don't have that much to say about the movie itself. It's got really gorgeous cinematography. It's shot just like a musical would be shot. The angles are superlative. It's just a really gorgeous looking film. It's ear candy and eye candy, and also has really a lot of great object lessons that can be taken away if you're just watching. If you're a Elton fan like me, you'll be in heaven like I was with Bohemian Rhapsody. It was just absolutely nothing short of spectacular, and I wouldn't be surprised if Taron gets an Oscar for his portrayal, because he was Elton John. I don't see any difference between him and Elton. I mean, he looked exactly like him. He had his mannerisms. He had Elton down to a T, and it was just such a fascinating and checkered story that made me feel quite sad, actually, to be honest. But the ending was very happy, and given the fact that Elton is still alive and well, it had a good little positivity to be taken away from his trials and tribulations, and most of it has been triumphs rather than trials and tribulations, but every artist goes through this, and I can relate to that as well, so I think it actually enhances our art. But I think it's a transformative power, and I think just because of the nature of art and the creative mind, that's just the way things are. That's how I understand things. But movie, I give 2 thumbs up, 5 stars hands down. It is absolutely remarkable. If you're a fan, see it. If you just are curious, if you're passing by and you want to know a little bit more about Elton's upbringing and how he was actually introduced to rock and roll, this is the perfect place to come. And it's a comprehensive story. It's very, very witty and sharp and quick, and there are just so many things to take away from it that you can save as tidbits that are actually really quite splendid life lessons, particularly that on love. And I'm not going to get into it. If you've seen the movie, you understand where I'm coming from. It's a tinge of a spoiler, but not quite. I didn't divulge anything, so I'm keeping everything secretive about that. That's really all I have to say about Rocketman, and I will be seeing you around. Take care of yourselves. Live long and prosper. Ciao, tutti.